Yeah, hey, good day there. It's Wrench Gear here again. And I got another bit of a project going here. Be working on the truck today. This is a pretty simple job. 2013 F150. And we're having a problem here with the not too many speeds working on the old blower motor there. So number 1 and number 2 do not work. And number 3 and number 4 do work. So you have somewhat of a medium speed and a high speed, and that's pretty typical. When the heater blower speed resistor craps out in quite a lot of vehicles, they will, if the thing's gone bad, they will default to high speed. Why this thing has 3 and 4, I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, they usually default to high speed so that if the thing completely craps out on you, it will give you defrost mode at least, or well, it'll give you high speed on defrost so that you can clean off the inside of your windshield and see where you're going. So if you were to unplug that resistor all the way and just have the connector dangling there on the wires, it would still give you high speed so that you clean your windshield off. So anyway, I'm going to show you how this is going here. We're going to turn these keys on here, and so I don't know how well you can hear this. Probably not. So you're not hearing anything on 1. You're not hearing anything on 2. On 3, I don't know how well you can hear that. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. So that's 3, and here's 4. 3, and 2 shuts it right off. So yeah, we're going to put a speed resistor, a heater blower motor speed resistor in this thing today, and should take care of it all. So here, let me just turn these keys off. All right. So ordered one online, and Jeff Bezos sent me one of these, and it's all mashed, and I hope the thing's gonna work and whatever. When you take it out, it's got a bit of a bend in it. All right, I'm trying to do this with one hand here. So, you know, the old ones, the old resistors, they looked like an actual resistor. It was a coil of wire. A couple of coils of wires would give you the different speeds, but now they're different. Oh, Lord. Get out of there. Okay, just wait a second. What's happening here? Okay. It's because the box is half mashed. Can't pull the thing out. All right, here I got it out. So this one, for this truck, this thing looks like a credit card. About the size of a credit card stuck on a connector. However, he's got a bit of a bend in him. As you can see, he's not nice and flat. So, well, we'll give it a shot and see how it goes. I looked at it. I don't see that the thing looks damaged in any way, really. Well, there's some kind of a mark on it there, but anyway, we're going to give it a shot, and you know what? If this thing doesn't work, we're going to call up the company and say, hey, man, I need a new one because this thing was damaged in shipping. But we'll try it all out. So we'll put this aside for a minute. And what happens is that these things are in behind your glove box. So I've emptied this thing here all out already just to try and make this go a little bit more smooth, because usually you empty this thing and everything dumps out onto the floor. Okay, so here you have a tab that you have to push in to release this, and same on this side. Different vehicles have different things. You know, some of them have little cables that go along the side here and what have you. Anyway, we're going to pull this thing down, and it's just a matter of, let me try and stand this thing here up, this camera, and angle it down some. So we're going to, the sun's coming in through the windshield there. It's being a little annoying. So anyway, we're going to push these both in on either side and just release it, and it falls down and it dumps out all over the floor. That's why I've already emptied it out. Okay, so these resistors, they get really hot when they're operating. They get super hot, so they put it in the airstream of the air box, so it'll try and cool it off some. So the resistor on this truck is right there. Let me try and get some of this stuff out of the way. It's that one right there. That one. So it's got two, it's not gonna focus in on it because it's focusing in on everything else. It's got two blue screws there holding it. One down here on the bottom and one higher up in the back on the top. And those screws are 5/16, 8 millimeters, whatever you want to call it. But you know, to come in underneath here, underneath like this, and get in here, you know, you can try and do that, and then you're flopping around with a little ratchet or whatever you're doing, or maybe you got an air ratchet or a battery operated cordless job or whatever, and try and get in on that. You can try all that, but some people don't have that luxury. So what I do, this is actually a pretty simple thing to do here. We're going to come to in between the door here. There's a horse running by here out of the road. Yeah, got the old horse going by. Okay, so what I do is I remove this here, this panel off the end of the dash here. The sun is coming in here. And it's very easy to do. It's just popped into some clips there. So you grab a hold of your weather stripping, you just pull it back here a little bit, like so, comes right off. You just pull it back, stick your thumb in here, give this thing here a little bit of a pull, work it up, and it's unfortunate with that lousy sun's getting me. Anyway, just grab this thing here and just work it off. No big deal. It just comes right off like so. And there's that thing right there. Let me just get on here for a second. Okay, let me work in here with the camera. Camera doesn't fit very well, but your eyes can look right down in there. It's, oh, for crying out loud. Can't see it in the camera. Right where my finger is on it right there. Camera's trying to focus in on everything else and can't do it. Anyway, it's right there. And yeah, it's all good. Here I'm reaching down in through the side where I just took that off, and this is it right here. So trying to disconnect that wiring harness is always some crazy thing, because who knows what they've got for a connector on there. You got to push a tab, pull a tab, do who knows what else. So we're going to leave that wire on there until we get this thing loose and taken out of there. All right, I'm going to go grab some tools and we're going to get on this. So I'm going to be going in with a 1/4" drive ratchet and every extension that I got in this toolkit. I could run out to the shop, grab a couple more extensions, but this would be good enough. Anyway, so that's a 6 and a 3 and a 3, so whatever. We got 1 foot of extensions on there. We got a wobble on the end here, right here, universal, and that's a 5/16 on the end there. Short one is good enough. All right, so we're going to set this camera up here like so, and I'm going to be going after that screw right there. Is the first one I'm going to go after. So I'm going to push this thing here in from the outside where I took that panel off. And there it is right there, nothing to it. And we're going to reach in here. And I'm just going to hold the socket on there. And we're just going to spin it out. Very simple. Nothing to it. All right, so we got that one screw out. And we're going to go after that other screw up in the back. I don't know how well you can see that one, if you can see that at all on the camera. Anyway, he's coming out already. And that's it. Both screws are out. We can reach in here now and we can grab this thing and just pull it out. And we'll bring it up this way here. And we'll remove this wiring harness off of it. So, where is it? Right here. So I got some white piece of something on there. And, I don't know if you're going to push that or pull that or... Anyway. Alright, I'm struggling with that. Let me try and figure this thing here out just a minute. I got it figured out here. It's not too bad, actually. So, you have where this white dot is here. There's a second white dot down underneath it. And underneath it, that's a little tab that you just push straight down in. And that releases it. So, we'll come in here. So, I'm holding that thing down here with my thumbnail. And you just pull it off just like that. Pretty simple. That thing right there. Okay. So, we're going to grab the new one. And we're going to plug them on there. And, alright, where's that thing here? There we go, like so. And wait for the click. No click, but it's on there. Yeah, he's on, okay. Alright, we're going to stick them back in there. And we're going to give it a whirl. Okay. Alright. Like so. Push them in. Get them in general vicinity. And we're going to work them back in there, into the slot, the credit card. Okay. So I think before I screw this thing all back together and turn the key on, does that thing fit very well or what? That'd probably be okay. I'm going to turn the key on and make sure that this thing works before I put it all back together. You're going to have it off, or on 1 rather. Oh, it's working. Yeah, 2 is working. And 3, I guess I should be focusing over there. And 4. Yeah, 1's working. Probably can't hear it all that well. It's turning so slow. Trying to put the microphone right by this here dash vent. Okay, so it's on 1 there now. 2, 3, and 4. All right, good. Yeah, things all working good. So just button this thing back up and screw them back in. Stick this end piece back on the end of the dash here. And that's it. Very simple, very easy. That's how you go about doing one of these things. Not difficult at all. So if you having a problem with the speeds in your heater there, give it a whirl, man. You know, this thing wasn't that expensive. It was like, I don't know, it was like 25 bucks or something like that for that resistor there. So anyway, give it a shot, and also give me a subscription there on my little channel here, please. That helps me out great. And we'll get this thing all buttoned back up. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.